We're going to find out if anyone will face Minnesota state charges in Prince's death. This announcement comes nearly 2 years since the music icon was found unresponsive in his home in Chanhassen. He later died. It was ruled that he died of an accidental fentanyl overdose. That's an opioid painkiller 50 times more powerful than heroin. A key component of the nearly 2-year-long investigation has been finding out who and where Prince got those drugs from. Search warrants released about a year after Prince's death showed authorities found numerous pills in various containers around his home. Some did not have his name on the prescription. Anoka County Attorney Tony Palumbo is not affiliated with the case, but he says proving where the drug that led to the overdose came from can be tough.
One of the elements of any potential crime would be the fentanyl was supplied and you're not able to determine who supplied that. Yes, that would be a real issue for a prosecutor going forward, because if you're going to, we as prosecutors look at actions, we don't look at people. We look at determining, did someone do something or not do something when they were supposed to.
The Carver County Attorney will announce his information at 11:30. Toxicology report from Prince's autopsy obtained by the Associated Press last month showed the singer had an exceedingly high concentration of fentanyl in his body. Medical experts believe that concentration of the drug found in his blood and his liver led to a pretty clear smoking gun as to what caused his death. But who caused it is the question. We'll be waiting for that at 11:30 this morning. We'll be live with the announcement right here on Channel 4. We'll also have it online and on our social media platforms.
Prosecutors have charged a man with attacking a Minneapolis bus driver. The whole incident was caught on camera. Police say Sterling Smith attacked the bus driver on Route 5 near Emerson and 15th Avenue North last week. Smith told police that he thought he heard a racial slur during an argument with another passenger. But when investigators told him that no racial slur was ever heard on that surveillance video, Smith said, well, he may have just taken it the wrong way. If convicted, he faces 10 years in prison. CIA
Director Mike Pompeo secretly met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un over Easter weekend, and that set the groundwork for a summit with President Donald Trump. The president is saying that he'll bail out of the meeting if he decides it won't produce results. There are 5 different summit locations under consideration for the official meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. The two most likely are a neutral spot in the demilitarized zone, you see right there, where it separates the North and the South, or on a U.S. Navy vessel off the Korean Peninsula.
We've never been in a position like this with that regime, whether it's father, grandfather, or son. And I hope to have a very successful meeting.
Mike Pompeo met with senators on Capitol Hill, trying to drum up some support in his bid for Secretary of State. Senate Foreign Relations Committee expected to vote on Pompeo's nomination next week.